Now that the 737 MAX is starting to fly, competition between the Airbus A320neo family and the Boeing 737 MAX family is getting back underway. In this video, I will compare the middle aircraft of both families. For Airbus, the A320neo, and for Boeing, the 737 MAX 9. Stay tuned to see both of these narrowbodies go head to head. Before I dive into this comparison, consider subscribing to my channel. More great and authentic aviation content is coming on a weekly basis. Also, make sure to go check out my brand new second channel, Avid Flight Simulation. Once that channel reaches 100 subscribers, I will release a brand new giveaway. Comparing the 737 and the A320 has always been a classic comparison. But when comparing the newest generation of both families, the MAX and the Neo family, there are just a couple clear-cut comparable aircraft. The 737 MAX 7 and the A319neo, the A320neo and the 737 MAX -8 and -9, and the A321neo and the 737 MAX 10. You see, Boeing has one more model, the 737 MAX 9, that doesn't have a comparable Airbus product in a classic Neo versus MAX comparison. So in this video, we will compare its closest Airbus rival, the A320neo. This is the closest in most specifications and will make the most sense to compare. Let's dive into the first category, capacity and range. Both aircraft are close in capacity, but the 737 MAX 9 will typically have a larger capacity, since it is a larger aircraft with a longer and wider fuselage. The 737 MAX 9 can typically carry between 180 to 190 passengers in a typical two-class layout. In an all-economy, super dense configuration, it can carry up to 220 passengers. The A320neo will typically take between 165 to 180 passengers in a two-class layout. In an all-economy configuration, however, it can carry up to 190 passengers in a dense configuration. The 737 MAX 9 can typically carry between 10 to 20 more passengers in a typical configuration. With the 737 MAX 9 having a clear advantage in capacity, what about range? Well, the 737 MAX 9 has a maximum range of 3,510 nautical miles, while the A320neo has a maximum range of 10 nautical miles less, 3,500 nautical miles. So, the 737 MAX 9 seems to have a slightly larger capacity, while the aircraft's range is identical. But what about these planes' efficiency? Which aircraft has a better fuel burn? Well, the 737 MAX 9 will burn 11.9 gallons per mile of jet fuel in a typical short flight, which translates into a fuel burn per passenger of 103 miles per gallon if the plane was seated with 180 passengers. The A320neo, traveling the exact same distance, would burn 9.9 gallons per mile. This translates into a fuel burn per passenger of 104.7 miles per gallon if the aircraft was carrying a very comfortable 154 passengers. We can conclude that the A320neo is significantly more efficient. Even if we account the superior capacity of the 737 MAX 9, the A320neo is still more efficient when you look at the fuel burn per passenger. The A320neo will cost less to fly with the need to carry less fuel overall and per passenger. But what about these aircraft's list price? Before discounts from the manufacturer as of 2019, a 737 MAX 9 is listed to cost $128.9 million US, while the Airbus A320neo is a much more modest $110.7 million US. This is significantly less than the 737 MAX 9, which means that it only takes buying 6 MAX aircraft when you would get to the point at which you could have bought 7 A320neos. So, the price makes the A320neo very attractive. The A320neo has factories all around the world, which makes producing the jet cheaper for Airbus to produce and in turn sell. Now that we know the specifications of these aircraft, let's find out which airline has ordered them. Seeing which aircraft is more popular can help us determine which aircraft makes more sense for an airline to order. The A320neo has accumulated 3,970 orders so far, being the most popular neo family jet, with the A321neo being a close second. The 737 MAX 9 has received 234 orders, with the 737 MAX 8 being much more popular. So it appears that most airlines opt for the slightly smaller 737 MAX 8 or the A320neo. The better efficiencies of these slightly smaller narrowbodies make them more attractive for most routes. Very few airlines have ordered the 737 MAX 9, with United and Alaska Airlines making up the bulk of the ordered aircraft. The A320neo, however, is an extremely popular aircraft. With the 737 MAX's groundings, many more airlines found it more convenient ordering the A320neo. With better efficiency and a much cheaper price, it became a very attractive narrow body. So which aircraft is superior? Well, it depends on the airline's specific needs. The 737 MAX 9 does have 20 extra seats and a bit more cargo capacity. This results in more revenue for an airline. Both of these aircraft can fly the same routes with their range being identical, but the Airbus will take far less fuel than the heavier and larger Boeing. If an airline could fill the plane up to 165 passengers, the Airbus would be a clear winner. It costs less to fly. But if a route has more demand than that, the 737 MAX 9 has more capacity to fill the demand. So for most airlines, the A320neo or the 737 MAX 8 is a much better aircraft. If an airline needs a bigger single aisle, the 737 MAX 10 and the A321neo seem to offer more capacity, albeit with less range. The 737 MAX 9 seems to be a niche aircraft in the 737 MAX family, with the 737 MAX 8 and MAX 10 being the best-selling MAX family jets. Which aircraft do you believe is better? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Also, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to do so. More authentic aviation content is planned for the future. That is it for this video. I will see you in the next.